Story!
Tell a story!
Once,
Let's hear a story.
long ago, when all of the trees dropped their leaves in the winter and there were no evergreens, not like this tree here, long ago there was a hunter. And the hunter came with his dog Patch. And Patch was a fine hunting dog. Well, the hunter had hunted all day long in the hills and the valleys, and then at the end of the day, the hunter found a pond. I'd never seen this pond before. How extraordinary. Well, before he knew it, Patch had run and leapt right over the pond to the far side. Patch, come back, cried the hunter. But Patch did not answer, so the hunter called again. Everybody, Patch, come back. But still, Patch did not return. Well, the hunter, finally he thought, there's only one thing for it. And he ran to the edge of the pond, and with a great leap, the hunter cleared the pond and landed on the far side. But there was still no sign of Patch. Oh dear. But then he noticed on the far side of the pond something very strange. There were a whole herd of rabbits hopping towards him. And these rabbits were coming so fast. And most extraordinary of all, on their backs were little people riding with saddles on the rabbit's back. And the people were so pretty, but they looked very frightened. Wait, said the hunter, what's going on? The little people climbed off the rabbit's back. I mean, they were tiny. When the rabbit's ears were pricked up, the people were smaller than the rabbits. But when the rabbits laid their ears flat across their backs, then the people were a little taller than the rabbits. The little people had long, straight hair, and some of them had long beards, but all of them had sparkling eyes, so pretty. Who are you? Said the hunter. We're the living people, they said. And who are you? I'm a hunter, he said, and I've lost weight, they said. A hunter, you can help us. A great monster has arrived in our land. A monster that is huge, with sharp claws and sharp teeth, and we are afraid. We think the monster is going to attack us. Oh, please, if you're a hunter, could you hunt down this terrible monster? Well, said the hunter, I suppose I could try. But the hunter was thinking, a huge monster with sharp teeth and sharp claws? That's very worrying. What will you give me in return? We will give you living water. We are immortal. We can live forever. Forever, said the hunter. That's impossible. How do you do it? We bathe in living water, and we will give some to you if you will catch the monster. Well, the hunter thought that living water sounded rather marvellous. So he went to look for the living water. He went to look for the monster. All he could find at first were rabbit tracks. But then he found paw prints from his own dog Patch, and he called for Patch. Everybody? Patch, come here! And before long, Patch came bounding up to him. Silly dog. He put Patch on a leash and brought him to his side. Now where's that monster? Patch, you can help me. But however long and far and wide that hunter searched, could he find the huge monster?
No.
No sign, no even tracks. Finally, the hunter came back to the edge of the pond, and there the little people were waiting. Oh, they said, you found the monster. What are you talking about? But they were all pointing at Patch. Patch isn't a monster. Oh, the people were afraid. Patch won't hurt you. Patch is a very good dog, aren't you, Patch? Well, yeah, look at Patch wagging his tail. Well, the hunter, he said, oh, if Patch was the monster, you've got nothing to worry about. I'll take Patch away now, but please can you give me some...
Living water.
We'll come soon, said the little people. We'll come to you soon. So the hunter and Patch, they took a long run up and they leapt right back over the pond, the way they had come, to their own land. There were no living people there, no little people there, just the ordinary folk of the community. Well, they went back to the village and they told everybody about the little people, but no one would believe them. Nonsense, they said. Little people the size of rabbits? That can't be. You wait, they're going to bring their living water soon. But day after day after day passed, and there was no sign of the little people. Summer passed and it grew cool. All of the leaves began to fall from the trees. The oak and the birch, the beech, the chestnut. All of the leaves began to fall. Even the needles turned brown and fell from the pine trees. Strange to say. But one day, in winter, the pond froze over. And skating across the pond came the little people. Oh, they were so pretty with their long straight hair and sparkling eyes. Some of them even had beards. And they came skating across carrying little tiny buckets filled with living water. Across the pond they came and carried the buckets towards the village. But the first people who saw them thought, look! Tiny little people! How silly! Tiny little silly people! And they laughed at the little people. Do you think the little people liked being laughed at?
No.
Indeed they didn't. How dare they laugh at us? We are proud. And they took their buckets of water and they upturned them and poured the water on the ground. And turned back the way they had come and skated back across the pond, never to be seen again. So, unfortunately, we people on this side of the pond, we didn't get the living water, and we never lived forever. We all have to grow old, don't we? Even you. But I'll tell you what happened. That living water went down into the ground, and there, where the trees grew, they no longer dropped their leaves. Those trees became the evergreen. This tree, the pine tree, has green needles all year round, even in the winter. And there, the prickly holly tree. Does the holly tree go brown and drop its leaves in the winter?
No.
No, it doesn't. It's an evergreen tree. There, where they poured out the water, was the beginning of the evergreen trees. That story comes all the way from Irkutsk